going on YouTube? It's your boy Cameron, back at it again with another video, and long time no see. I took a month off from YouTube, winter classes. I was away for holiday, and I just came back and I'm in LA for a while now, so I'm getting back to work. And, the last 2 days I was planning on uploading, but, Kobe Bryant passed away. Big influence on my life and many others, and everyone was kind of down. So I just didn't think I wasn't in the right headspace to get back to recording. I was pretty devastated about it, but, we're back at it again. Enough time has passed, and I know Kobe would want me to go back to work and do all that stuff and work even harder now. So, to honor him, let's get back to the grind, right, guys? But today we're talking about some positive news, Battlefield 5. We are getting a new chapter in Battlefield 5, Chapter 6. It's called Into the Jungle. There's going to be a ton of new content, weapons, maps, all that good stuff, and it's a continuation of the Pacific Front from Chapter 5, which I believe was the best chapter in all of Battlefield, and everybody else agrees with that too. Besides the 5.2 update, we'll talk about that a little bit later on, but the rest of Chapter 5 was solid, great maps, great guns, a lot of fun gameplay, some good changes to the game at the beginning, but, 5.2 kind of hampered that. But let's stay on a positive note for right now. But Chapter 6 is going to add new guns, new maps, new cosmetics, all that fun stuff. That's the positives. But something I'm concerned about is the way they're changing the tides of war, actually. They are changing the way you earn weapons and everything like that, and they're putting it, instead of weekly challenges, they're putting it into the chapter progressions. The chapter progressions is basically your chapter rank. So how you rank up through the chapter. It's pretty much your more traditional battle pass. You play the game, you earn XP, you do some challenges, you get more XP, and then you get a reward out of it. But these tiers, like any other traditional battle pass, can be purchased with real-world money. That's where it concerns me. Whereas before, the guns couldn't be purchased with real-world money. They had to be purchased with in-game currency that you earned called company coins, because Battlefield 5 has two different kinds of currency. They have the company coins, which you get from just grinding the game, doing daily challenges, things like that. And then you have the BF5, which you buy with real-world money. And that's used for cosmetics and certain things like that. But this is changing it. They are making it basically pay to win. Because I know a bunch of people who don't really play the game that much. They just want the new guns. So they're definitely going to buy the new guns. And let's just be real here. The new guns are always kind of overpowered. They're always really pretty good until, the game kind of tweaks in and brings it down to level. So this just may be pay to win. And I don't like it as much because I like challenges. I like you have to do challenges to get guns. And gave you incentive to play the game. It gave you incentive to play objectives. It gave you incentive to be a team player. It gave you incentive to basically become a better player because you have to get out of your comfort zone to do these challenges. So I really enjoyed that. And their reasoning for doing this change is completely ridiculous. They said that, more people got guns this chapter than any other chapter. One, because you added way more guns this chapter. There were 3 guns in the chapter rewards, which were fine because they were just like pistols and things like that, and a jungle carbine, which is all right. I'm not a big fan of it. So I don't really care there. But all the noteworthy guns you had to earn through, doing the challenges, which I love. You had to do get the BAR, you have to get the Type 97, you have to do all this stuff from challenges, and I don't understand why they changed it. That kind of rubbed me off the wrong way. And I hope that, it just doesn't become a pay-to-win shit fest when people are just paying a bunch of money and trying to get the guns, because this is for sure a cash grab by EA. Easily a cash grab by EA. At least it's not loot boxes and battle packs and all this bullshit like that. At least it's not that. But still, nonetheless, this is a very scummy tactic, and I hope that this doesn't go through and they just keep it with the challenges, because I'm honestly a much bigger fan of having to work for challenges to get the weapons you want. Also, we're going to talk about 5.2. This is the next thing I want to talk about. 5.2 was probably the most polarizing update in Battlefield 5's life cycle. When Chapter 5 initially came out, people thought it was one of the better shooters on the market. People were finally happy with the game. It finally felt like a Battlefield game, and it was getting wide acclaim. From people who were hating on the game, they were coming to the game. They're like, wow, I really like this game now. This game is kicking ass. But then, 2 updates later, they messed it all up, and they did 5.2. 5.2 is obviously, in my opinion, a terrible update. I think it sucks, but I just slugged through it because I'm a Battlefield fan and I love World War II games. But this update sucks. I cannot defend 5.2. It is a terrible update. Some guns are rendered completely useless. The spotting mechanic sucks. It's awful. I hate the spotting mechanic. I've gotten used to it, but it still sucks hard. I really dislike the spotting mechanic a lot. The FG42 and guns like that are completely fucking useless. I hate that. But, it is what it is. I don't think they're going to change the time to kill. The time to kill is another big issue. I really think they should revert 5.2 just entirely. If they revert 5.2 entirely, you're going to gain a big portion of the community back. A bunch of people are going to enjoy the game just as they did on the first initial release of Chapter 5. So I definitely think they should do that with the new upcoming update. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. This update is scheduled to release early February. And the Solomon Islands map, guys, looks pretty insane. The trailer is dope as fuck. I cannot wait to try that. That all being said, this is your boy Cameron. I'm out.